My presentation is on cybersecurity, passwords, excuse me, and Wi-Fi safety. So the main thing to know about public Wi-Fi is that public Wi-Fi is not safe. I think most people assume that when you plug in at a coffee shop or different areas, that it's automatically going to protect you just like it's protected at home, mainly because it has a password. This is not true. Cyber criminals um, actually use spyware to spy on different people based on the Wi-Fi networks that are available. So it's kind of scary, especially if you happen to be looking at your bank accounts or anything personal like that. They can easily intercept data transferred across the links if they're able to hack into, let's say, like a public coffee shop, anything, a library, anything like that. So there are a lot of things that we can do as consumers for this Wi-Fi, whether it's at home or in the public, to protect ourselves. It's not like we have to stop using all of these different Wi-Fi sources. There are just some precautions to take. So just the main thing to keep in mind is that any device could be at risk. So if you plug in your iPad, your laptop, even your cell phone, anything that uses a Wi-Fi could be intercepted. So I know I was reading that even some cameras can plug into Wi-Fi, so that puts your photos on at risk and your videos. So just to keep in mind that this doesn't apply just to laptops. So one of the tips that I came up upon my research was using your mobile phone. Some people don't know this, but you can actually open your internet on your phone. I know that for iPhones, it's pretty simple. It's called Personal Hotspot. You just go on your cell phone to Personal Hotspot, you click on it, you put allow others to join, and it actually allows you to create a Wi-Fi password for yourself. If you are able to connect your any other devices you can to your cell phone, it will keep you a lot safer because the hackers won't have access to that. It'll be a lot more challenging for them to come across your particular information. So another example of a way you can protect yourself is using a VPN. Basically, what it is, I like to describe it as kind of like a cloak. It's like you're cloaking your computer so that others can't come in and hack it. I've actually used these in the past, and I love them because it just the amount of privacy that it gives you, and it just allows you to function basically in a way that's more anonymous, pretty much. And so it encrypts your data and it just protects your information, and it's pretty easy to download. You can use it as a plugin. There's tons of VPNs. They do charge, but it's pretty affordable. Another tip is to treat all Wi-Fi links with suspicion. Again, back to what I was talking about earlier, just because it's a place that you've been going to all the time and nothing's happened yet doesn't mean that somebody can't hack it. So just be aware. And also, there are a lot of copycat Wi-Fi links. So you might be at a Starbucks and they might change the name by one of the letters, so it might seem like it's from Starbucks, but it's really not. So just make sure to really check. You can even ask the person working there, hey, is this your Wi-Fi? Because hackers will create fake Wi-Fi accounts just to lure you in. Um, and for safety, when using public Wi-Fi, it's a good idea to avoid specific types of websites, such as bank sites, anything personal, especially financially related, but anything you wouldn't want anybody to find. Just stay on more general websites that wouldn't really put you at risk, just to be safe. So another one is to, for your personal Wi-Fi, is you can change your network name to something clever. A lot of people use just the standard network name given to them by their router. And the danger with that is that since it's generic, hackers can easily guess your router name, and it narrows down the possibilities, especially if you have a weak password, which goes to my next point, use strong passwords. I was reading that apparently it's extremely common that people use the password 123456, which I found really funny because I think I have done that in the past. And so they're saying like it's a good idea to switch caps and lower cases to make sure you have a stronger password. Also to have more characters if you're allowed to, and not to have a single password, which I know this is something I do for all of the devices, all of the websites that you go on and apps and things like that. And so what it recommends, um, this website that I read is using LastPass, which actually organizes all of your passwords and then it saves them for you. And so you don't have to keep track of all of them, and it's just a way to keep you a lot more secure. Another idea is to update your devices regularly because companies and apps do actually update their products to improve security because they know that's something that their customers are really concerned about. There's also something called WPA2 encryption, which is a function that you can turn on your wireless router. It actually protects your network a little bit more. Um, and it's the current standard. It's more hacker resistant. Not all Wi-Fi routers, some of them are older, so they might not have this. So it would be a good idea to consider updating it or seeing if you can turn it on if it already has it, or you can even call your router company and see if they can help you out with that. Back to the passwords, it's a good idea to have a longer network password because a shorter one is more likely to be guessed. Um, this is what hackers are actually looking for. It's a lot easier to guess shorter passwords. And you can also, a lot of routers come with firewalls. Enabling this helps to protect you from hackers, and most of them have them, is what I read from my research. And again, if they don't, just considering if you have an outdated router, it's pretty dangerous for your information. And then here are my sources.